Calling to order the Cuyahoga County Council regular meeting for Tuesday, October the 10th, 2017. Clerk, please call the roll.
Calling the roll, Mr. Hairston? Here. Ms. Simon? Here. Ms. Baker? Here. Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Tuma? Here. Mr. Gallagher? Here. Mr. Schron? Mr. Schron is absent this evening. Ms. Conwell? Here. Mr. Jones? Here. Ms. Brown? Here. Council President Brady?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Could I have a motion to
President.
excuse?
I so move to excuse the absence.
Could I have a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor of excusing Councilman Schron this evening, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The councilman is excused. I know he's out of town. Pledge of Allegiance. Let's do it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under silent meditation, and this is getting a little old, but it's not. I'd like to have a moment of silence for the victims of the disaster in Nevada. Okay, thank you. Is there any public comment related to the agenda, Madam Clerk? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't look to see where you were.
The first person who would like to address council is Ann Caruso. If you'd come up to the mic.
Hello, thank you for the opportunity to make a comment about the plastic bag legislation that you are going to consider tonight. I'm a member of a few local environmental groups, Northeast Ohio Sierra Club, Faith Communities Together for a Sustainable Future, and some others. Scientists have told us that we can't surpass 2 degrees Celsius without catastrophic climate consequences, and we're already at 1.5 degrees. So we're warming faster than scientists, had thought even 2 years ago. And our country, unfortunately, is not giving this issue the public attention that it needs. We need concrete steps. We need concrete actions by our public institutions. And I think that this is a very good step in the right direction. Plastic is made from fossil fuels. We need to, reverse our direction. We need to stop using fossil fuels. That's going to be a process. And this is a step, an easy step in that direction. There's provisions, as I understand it, for people who are in poverty to exempt them and help them to get free reusable bags, which is a good consideration. But I think this is a step that's going to finally get a lot of us, myself included, to always take our reusable bags to the store. So I hope that you will pass this legislation.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next speaker is Destiny. If you could state your last name for the record, please.
Yes, Destiny Hinton, and I'm here on behalf of Molly Flanagan with the Alliance for the Great Lakes. I'm going to read over our letter in support of this legislation. So we're writing in support of ordinance number 02017 to enact Chapter 720 of the Cuyahoga County Code to authorize a carryout bag fee for environmental remediation. On behalf of the Alliance, we feel this is the right approach to address disposable bag waste in Cuyahoga County. Each year, our Adopt a Beach program collects thousands of items from the shores of the Great Lakes. In 2016, 833 volunteers spent 2,000 hours collecting nearly 80,000 individual items from our shores. An astonishing 94% of those items were all made up or partially made up of plastic. And these plastics include not only plastic bags, but plastic bottle caps, food wrappers, and other disposable forms of plastic. Research studies have estimated that U.S. citizens use approximately 330 disposable plastic bags per year. Using that figure per person per year, where they're using 412 million disposable plastic bags in the United States. These disposable bags can cause environmental and social problems in the county, including unsightly litter on our shores and in our neighborhoods, clogging our storm drains, which is really important here, on our streets, and degrading into countless microplastics in the lake that enter into our food web. Other areas that have implemented these types of fees have been in Chicago, where they've been extremely successful. There, the number of disposable bags used per shopping trip has decreased by 42%, and that it has actually drawn up the reusable bag usage from 13% to 33%. We understand the difficulty in proposing a new fee in Cuyahoga County and appreciate that this proposed ordinance wisely exempts customers that are enrolled in the federal SNAP program and allows all customers to easily avoid the fee by making the environmentally sustainable choice of bringing their own bag. Cuyahoga County can also assist these efforts by distributing reusable bags to constituents and assisting in education efforts. Thank you for your attention this evening and looking at this issue as important to us, and we look forward to moving forward with you all to make sure that we take a look at what's going on in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cindy Dempsey?
Hello, I'm here as a concerned citizen who's very, very excited about this new legislation, which will go a great way in reducing the amount of pollution in Cuyahoga County. I'd like to thank council members Simon and Miller for this breakthrough innovative legislation. It appears to those of us who are so concerned with the amount of bags that are just everywhere and the amount of pollution that it causes, that this is a viable way to make a real attempt to reduce it. And the sponsors, council members have worked hard to provide as many provisions to help ease the way for consumers to get used to this different kind of operating. If they're not used to bringing their reusable bags, you can avoid paying the fee with bringing your own reusable bags. And I know change of behavior sometimes is difficult, but it certainly can be done, and provisions have been made to help people get there. So as a concerned citizen and the rest of the citizens who are really aware of this problem and want to take concrete action, we will work to help educate. We will do everything we can to help make this a successful, exciting program. And this will really be a way to just move forward and push the county in a forward, responsible direction. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I know.
Diane Bickett?
Good afternoon. My name is Diane Bickett. I'm the Executive Director for the Cuyahoga County Solid Waste District, and I'm here today to just state my support for the plastic bag legislation that's going to be introduced tonight. I believe that by passing this legislation, Cuyahoga County would join the other cities and nations and regions that have already passed a legislation against plastic bag usage and disposable bag usage. And I think in doing so are making a stand against plastic pollution. I think this legislation fits well with the other initiatives that the county is doing around sustainability, creating a sustainability plan, a climate action plan, even a solar co-op. I believe it's important for our region to be progressive and work towards environmental solutions, which can also be social and economic and health solutions as well. So I think this legislation in particular will help us with some local issues. One, reducing roadside litter and the cleanup costs. Plastic bags comprise about 5% of all roadside litter here in the area. Plastic bags entering the Great Lakes and contaminating fish. About 3.5 million pounds of plastic waste enters our lake every year. We can reduce landfill costs. Bags comprise about 2% of the waste stream in Cuyahoga County. That's about $500,000 a year that local governments pay to dispose of that material. And it would also reduce downtime and operating costs at the recycling facilities that sort our curbside recycling, because those bags get tangled in the recycling equipment and cause operational issues and downtime. But more importantly, I think the main benefit is this is a step in the right direction to kind of help people understand that as a waste generator, that decision they make at the checkout line has a long-term impact on the environment. So thank you for considering the legislation.
Thank you.
Aaron Huber?
Hi, thank you for letting me come today. I'm the director and founder of Drink Local, Drink Tap, a local nonprofit here in Cleveland, and I'm here to state my support for the plastic bag ban legislation. Every bit of plastic that's ever been made still exists somewhere, and we're the only ones creating that problem. Our organization started because we wanted people in Cuyahoga County, Northeast Ohio, to care about having 20% of the entire world's fresh surface water right in our backyard. We truly live in the land of the rich. Our organization has been doing beach cleanup since 2010 at Edgewater Park. As of September, we've picked up 5,002 pounds of trash since 2010. And most of what we pick up is disposable plastics, lots of bags. Bans are proven to work and can be easy revenue streams for business as well as bettering our community. I also work in East Africa, and if the whole country of Rwanda can do this, our wonderful county can too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Myring Borchards?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Myring Borchards. I'm a resident and property owner and consumer in Cuyahoga County. And as a resident, I just wanted to support the measure that was put forward by council to regulate disposable bags. A lot of talk has been done about plastic bags, but I want to just reiterate that this is also about paper bags. So it's all single-use bags that will be used in the county. So I'm from South Africa, and in South Africa 10 years ago we implemented the same program, and we have had great success in South Africa with removing the plastic bags, the single bag use from the line, where it was described as the flower of our national flower of our country because it was hanging on all the trees. It is now reduced to none on the trees anymore, or virtually none. So there is a real impact about this. For almost 1,000 communities around the world have shown that there's an impact, that there's a positive impact to society and not a negative impact to society. And so I just wanted to give my support for this program, and also have been working on it with the Council for Councilwoman Sunny Simons for 5 to 6 years now. So I'm very glad that it's in front of you today, and I hope that you will look at it in a positive manner. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And the final speaker at this time is Scott Williams Rising.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I agree with everything I heard from everybody else coming up to speak. I just think I'm just a citizen that lives in Cuyahoga County. I just think it's a really bad habit that's been ingrained in our system. It's like a habit we've come. I don't know if you've been to Walmart or Heinen's, especially at Walmart, but at Heinen's you walk up and they just give you the plastic bags whether you want them or not. I have to actually refuse the bags, or they'll give me not just one, but for just like a little pack of batteries, they'll give me 2 plastic bags to put it in. If you go to Walmart, you go up to the aisle, you'll see a rotunda of just huge plastic bags. And it's just a system that people got. You look at the cart when they go out, there's like 20 plastic bags in one little cart. If you used a reusable bag, you could use 1 or 2 reusable bags. It's just a system that we need to get rid of. Thanks.
Thank you. All right.
That's it for now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all for coming and expressing yourselves. We appreciate it very much. That's what these public forums are for, and they're quite unusual, actually, in Greater Cleveland to have this forum. So if you haven't been here before, this is the place you come and say these things. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes of September the 26th, 2017 Committee of the Whole and September the 26th, 2017 regular meeting? Been so moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it, and the minutes have been approved. Those of you who have worked closely with me know I don't only not make very many announcements as council president, but I almost never do any editorializing. But today would be a small exception. The shootings in Nevada the other day are mind-boggling, that's for sure. But in my capacity here, there have been a half a dozen, probably more occasions like this when I felt the need to say something about it when we have our moment of silence. And frankly, I'm getting weary with this role. And so it won't be anything surprising, but I just want to say today that, you know, if this country doesn't wake up and get some common sense gun control in this country, I don't understand why we wouldn't do that. And we are just literally killing ourselves. And, you know, it's time we came to terms with this. It's been that way for quite a few years. And I would just hope people would finally, you know, stop debating each other over this issue and do something about it. Because while we may not be able to stop people from doing things that are terrible, we can certainly have a big impact. There's no question about it. And so I feel the need to say that after about 7 or 8 moments of silence around these kinds of shootings over the last several years. So thank you for indulging me. Is there any comment from the county executive?
Yes, Mr. President, although nothing as important as that. I just wanted to report that the bonds for the queue sold last week. Before the bonds were sold, we had to go back for a reaffirmation of our bond ratings, and I'm pleased to say that our strong ratings were affirmed by all of the agencies. And so the sale went forward. The bonds sold at a very favorable interest rate, which is due to our strong ratings. So I'm very pleased about that. And so it does still move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Legislation introduced by council, committee report and consideration of a resolution of council for second reading.
Resolution number 2017-016-8, adopting the 2017 Cuyahoga County Sustainability Plan in accordance with Section 202.18 of the Cuyahoga County Code.
Have a motion?
Mr. President, so we're here on second reading on the sustainability plan. We heard the plan in committee, and for today's purpose, we're simply reading it, and there's a proposed substitute that I wanted to discuss and perhaps have passed. And the proposed substitute is on page 41, which simply clarifies a priority of maintaining green space in the county and having that be passive or natural space, and that's the only amendment to the plan that I would move to substitute at this point.
All right. We have a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on accepting the proposed substitute? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, and the legislation has been substituted. Anything further from the councilwoman? I guess not. All those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute?
Excuse me, Mr. President.
No, that's wrong.
Yes. I was just going to interject this to be a third reading at the next meeting.
Well, yes, this item will move to October the 24th, council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. All right. Council reports and consideration of resolutions for council for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor of suspending the rules say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2017-0167, a resolution authorizing the Veterans Service Commission to issue Ohio Veterans Identification Cards to qualified individuals.
Move to adopt. As you're probably aware, the county's been issuing veteran ID cards through the fiscal office since 2013. With the passage of House Bill 173 last year, the council may now authorize Veterans Service Commission to do the same, enhancing our outreach efforts and providing easier access to services. I'd like to ask my colleagues for their support. Any discussion? Yes, Councilwoman.
Mr. President, thank you. I would like to add my name.
Let Councilwoman sign his name. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0169, authorizing a casino revenue fund loan in the amount not to exceed $250,000 and awarding a casino revenue fund grant in the amount of $500,000 to Northeast Ohio Neighborhood Health Services Incorporated for the benefit of the new East Side Market Project located at 10505 St. Clair Avenue in the city of Cleveland.
Second. Any discussion, Councilman?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. To the committee members, last Monday, the committee held a meeting to discuss this and some other items such as a housing plan. This resolution was fully vetted. The Department of Development was on hand to answer any questions in terms of the deal and the interest rate, et cetera. As council staff also presented on the project, who actually worked with development to put together the paperwork, and I asked for my colleagues' approval. But before we move to that point, I'd just like to say, and I'm sure my colleague, Councilwoman Conwell, who's this is in her district, you know, she and I border districts on the northeast side, and this is truly a big deal for the people on the northeast side of Cleveland. This is bigger than just a grocery store. This is providing access to fresh fruits and produce. This is providing access to quality products. This facility, the new East Side Market, will have a demonstration kitchen, which helps with the obesity rates that we have in our community, the healthy living initiatives, or the wellness center that will also be inside of the building as well. So on the surface, we look at this as a grocery store, but this is much more than that. It also helps with the eradication of the food desert. You know, in that particular area, the closest thing you have is a Save Lot 125th Street, or 74th and Superior, or even at Lakeview and 125th. So this is more than what some people would look at this as a grocery store. The folks have been patiently waiting for this type of access, and we ask for my colleagues' approval.
All right. Any other discussion?
Mr. President?
Yes.
Just quickly, I'm proud to co-sponsor this with my colleagues. It's exactly what we envision the casino revenues to be intended to achieve when we looked at legislation to get it outside of the downtown district. This will totally help transform the neighborhood, and I'm really pleased that you've moved this forward.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Councilman.
and I'd just like to commend Councilman Harrison and Councilwoman Conwell on their efforts here. This certainly borders their respective districts and not my own. But I lived a block from this plaza when I was younger, and I know the importance of this project. Eradicating a food desert. If you haven't lived in one, just the ability to get a piece of fruit, you know, it's supposed to be convenient, and that's why we call them convenience stores. You know, and if it's not convenient, then you go a long way just to find these things that you need. And so it meets an incredible need in this community. And again, I just want to acknowledge my two colleagues on their work to make this happen.
All right. Thank you very much. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? And one recusal. Okay.
I'm
Didn't
sorry, Mr.
catch
President,
that.
who was the recusal?
Councilwoman Conwell. So, all opposed, not hearing any, the ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0170, supporting an application for funding under the Clean Ohio Fund Green Space Conservation Program, available through the Ohio Public Works Commission on behalf of West Creek Conservancy for the conservation of ecologically significant areas located within the Cuyahoga River Valley.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
Mr. President, we heard this item and two successive items in committee. and we have these every year when communities or groups apply for funding through Clean Ohio. They need support from the council, and we've done that every year and have seen great results as a result of these projects. And I ask my colleagues to support the resolution. And what's good about this is the different organizations work together. And if one sees that one project's going to be hugely impactful, you'll see that other organizations step aside and allow that other organization to seek the funding. And they work really well together. And it's a great lesson for all of us. But so I just ask for your support.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Very good.
Resolution number 2017-0171, supporting an application for funding under the Clean Ohio Fund Green Space Conservation Program, available through the Ohio Public Works Commission on behalf of City of Brook Park for the conservation of ecologically significant areas in the Abram Creek Citywide Greenway Trail Phase 1 in the City of Brook Park.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Councilwoman?
Same thing on this project that's in Brook Park, and the first one is West Creek Conservancy, and we have Derek Schaefer in the audience, who works really hard, is on these projects. So is to ask for your support.
All right, great. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those, any opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of ordinance of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Ordinance number 2017-0005, amending section 303.05 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish the process for promotional appointments.
And we'll refer this to HR.
Ordinance number 2017-0006, enacting Chapter 721 of the Cuyahoga County Code to authorize a carryout bag fee for environmental remediation.
And this will be referred to Environment and Sustainability Committee. Legislation introduced by the executive, consideration of a resolution for first reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2017-0179, amending the 2016-2017 biennial operating budget for 2017 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations, for appropriation transfers, and for cash transfers.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded. Councilman?
Mr. President and my colleagues, this is the standard bi-monthly fiscal resolution. We directed questions to OBM, and they were answered satisfactorily, and the questions and answers are on your desk. Probably the most significant item is the appropriation of $2 million to begin the build-out of the City of Cleveland Police Headquarters, which we are purchasing from the City of Cleveland. Two smaller items of note are $53,000 in additional funding to assist senior citizens with bed bug issues, and a $12,700 realignment with sustainability for a baseline survey of greenhouse gas emissions in Cuyahoga County. The resolution also contains routine appropriations and transfers for management of grants and regularly scheduled allocations from the HHS levy fund. I support passage on first reading.
Thank you. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2017-0180, authorizing an amendment to an agreement with Cleveland Thermal for central heating and cooling services, steam and chilled water, and other related services at various county facilities for the period October 24, 2017 through December 31, 2033, to add steam and chilled water services for the Virgil E. Brown Building located at 1641 Payne Avenue, Cleveland, effective October 24, 2017.
Refer to Public Works.
Resolution number 2017-0181, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 10877 with Poly Incorporated for lease of space for the West Side Regional Probation Office located at 5361 Pearl Road, Parma, for the period September 1, 2010 through August 31, 2017, to extend the time period to August 31, 2022, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $264,300.
Also refer to Public Works.
Resolution number 2017-0182, adopting the 2018-2019 biennial operating budget and capital improvements program.
All right, Mr. Miller.
Mr. President and my colleagues, on behalf of the administration, I would like to make a motion to substitute. The substitute is on your desk, and the substitute merely gives us the actual budget numbers, replacing the placeholder that was put in last week.
All right, so we're actually getting started now, right?
We started earlier today.
Remember, thanks. Dan. Any discussion on the proposed substitute?
Mr. President, I need a second on the motion.
Okay, having heard a second, any discussion on the proposed substitute? All those in favor of accepting the proposed substitute, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. I'd like to, we'll be referring this to the Committee of the Whole.
Resolution number 2017-0183, accepting the rates as determined by the Budget Commission, authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county fiscal officer.
I'll be referring this to Finance. Committee report and consideration of a resolution for second reading.
Excuse me, Mr. President, I believe that there was a request to adopt this item under suspension of rules.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, what's on the, what's in front of me is a referral. So is there a motion to adopt?
We'd have to suspend the rules first.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
I move to suspend the rules.
All those in favor of suspending rules, say aye. Aye. Ayes have it, the rules are suspended. Now, is there a motion to adopt?
I'll so move.
Been moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Sure. Second report and consideration of a resolution for second reading.
Resolution number 2017-0176, accepting a loan in the amount of $225,000 from Ohio Public Works Commission to finance the Broad Rock Drill Drop project in the city of Parma.
Mr. Tooman,
Motion to adopt.
Second.
and seconded.
Excuse me, order of operation. This is just for second reading.
Oh, it's just second reading?
Yes,
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Tuma.
This item will move to the October 24th, 2017 council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules.
Move to suspend the rules.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. The motion to suspend the rules has been adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0174, authorizing the county executive to accept and approve various dedications of land in connection with permanent parcel number 736-12011, located in the city of Shaker Heights, authorizing the county executive to execute the final plat in connection with said dedications. Additionally, Councilmember Brown would like to be a sponsor on this legislation.
Motion to adopt.
Been moved and seconded. Now, Mr.
Okay,
Tooman.
thank you, Mr. President. On October the 4th, Public Works presented this resolution to the committee before County Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee. And this deals with the Warrensville Center Road. It's approval of widening the road by 5 feet. And after a thorough discussion, a committee agreed that this should move forward on second reading suspension. And I'd like to ask my colleagues for their support on this.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0175, authorizing a second amendment to contract number CE 1300-548 with Marisufam for lease of office space in the Marion Building located at 1276 West 3rd Street, Cleveland, for the period December 1, 2013 through October 31, 2017, to extend the time period to October 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,219,536.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
And Mr. President, on October 4th, 2017, Mr. John Myers of Public Works came before the Public Works Committee. And this is an extension one-year extension from November 1st to October 31st, 2018. The idea here is to allow for a 60-day termination out that was agreed upon. And the county does intend to get out within a 6-month period, moving into the new Justice Center, and this will allow the flexibility to the county to do so. So I would ask for a second reading suspension on this as we move forward.
Any further
I have my
discussion?
name added.
Yes, add Councilwoman Conwell's name. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0177, making awards on requisition number 39790 to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $2,328,000 for various real estate review and appraisal services in connection with the 2018 sexennial reappraisal for the period July 17, 2017 through May 31, 2018.
Move to
To adopt.
second.
Been moved and seconded. Councilman Miller.
Mr. President, my colleagues, this resolution authorizes $2,328,000 in contracts with appraisers to do the 2018 sexennial property tax appraisal, the second that we have done under the new government. We are repeating the process that we started the last time, which worked very well, in which we contracted with appraisers individually rather than contracting with a single firm to manage the appraisal process. This method worked well and saved considerable tax dollars. The sexennial appraisal is a large undertaking which needs to get underway forthwith, and therefore I recommend passage on second reading suspension.
Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0178, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1400-326 with United Healthcare Services Incorporated for group healthcare benefits, including medical benefit management services for county employees and their eligible dependents, and for Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2015 through December 31, 2017 for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $12,200,000.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
Mr. President, this was presented to the HR Committee on October 23rd by Holly Woods, and it's really the summary of a final bill of services that are going to be allocated to our employees as we transition from United Healthcare to Medical Mutual. So I respectfully request my colleagues to support this resolution.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of resolutions for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0154, confirming the county executive's appointment of Michael P. Foley to serve on the Cuyahoga County Natural Resources Assistance Council for the term October 16, 2017 through October 15, 2020.
Move to adopt.
And seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, this item came before the Human Resources Appointment Committee, and I respectfully request my colleagues' support as Mr. Foley has been serving in this position and would like to continue to serve in this position, and he's more than qualified. So,
Right. Well, we all know Michael Foley. Congratulations, Michael. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0155, confirming the county executive's appointment or reappointment of various individuals to serve on the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board for various terms as printed on the agenda.
move to adopt. Thank you.
Been moved and seconded.
Mr. President, again, these individuals came before the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee. Well, not all. The ones who were unable to attend submitted letters expressing their sincere regrets for being unable to attend, but did provide documentation expressing their desire to serve on this board, and I respectfully request my colleagues' support.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0159, authorizing a First Amendment to a memorandum of agreement with Village of Woodmere for construction, operation, and maintenance of sanitary sewerage systems located in County Sewer District Number 21. Additionally, Councilmember Brown would like her name added as a sponsor.
Move to adopt. Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Committee report and consideration of an ordinance for second reading.
Ordinance number 2017-0004, amending section 501.15 of the Cuyahoga County Code to modify the requirements of contractors.
And this item will be moving to October the 24th, 2017 council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Miscellaneous committee reports.
Mr. President?
Yes, Councilman.
And my colleagues, the budget process is in full swing, and we have committee of the whole meetings to start the departmental review on this coming Monday, the 16th, from 1 to 3, and on Thursday, October 19th, from 10 to 5 with a break for lunch, and on Monday, October 23rd at 1 o'clock, and on Tuesday, October 24th at 1 o'clock. And we look forward to working with all members of council to put together a very good budget, and also working with the administration. Thank you.
All right. Easier said than done.
Intention is where you start.
That's right. You got it. Councilman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to announce that there'll be a Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll discuss the follow-up to our initial discussion regarding the potential of a fee for registration for licensing automobiles in the county.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Wednesday, October 18th, Health and Human Services Committee at 1 o'clock, and we will have a presentation from the Cleveland Food Bank.
Ryan?
Council President, the Human Resource Appointment and Equity Committee will meet on the 17th to discuss the promotional appointments legislation that was brought forward today.
Thank you. Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mr. President. We'll be hearing the legislation introduced tonight on the single-use bag fee on Wednesday, October 18th at 3 p.m. at the Sustainability Education Committee. And we will be having Dr. Sherry Mason here by Skype. She's a professor of chemistry at Fredonia University, and she's the one who did the research on the Great Lakes, including Lake Erie, to survey the plastic pollution in the lake system, and she'll be able to speak to council about that via Skype.
Okay, great. Anybody else? Is there any miscellaneous business before the council? Hearing none. Is there any public comment unrelated to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. Dwight Yancey.
Okay.
How you doing, council?
We're fine. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Dwight Yancey. This is my second time in 18 months being homeless. I own homes. My parent had been kidnapped from Montefiore Rest Home, and I was his power of attorney. The house I own now in Cleveland Heights, I got it where it directly come out of my check, but the property has been changed by the two people who kidnapped my father. So I'm asking this council to provide a private law firm to protect me and my father's rights. My father needs a complete audit of his assets. He got dementia, so he can't handle himself. So they having him sign papers when he completely has dementia, can't do anything. I haven't seen my father in 18 months, and I was his caregiver since 2010. So I'm asking this council to consider protecting me and my father's right. I'll be 65 this year, and my father will be 85. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody
Paula
else?
Harris.
Paula Harris.
Hello. I'm here as a member of the public, a county employee, and most importantly, in this instance, as a woman. On July 11th, I appeared before this council with the purpose of putting a face to our lawsuit against Cuyahoga County. I also addressed the fact that a member of council had been approaching plaintiffs in the 4 cases and strongly asserting that even if you win, you'll never see a dime of money. Since council will have to approve the allocation of funds for payment of a judgment, I take his statements to be an attempt to intimidate and demoralize plaintiffs. On September 11th, the same member of council took his behavior a step further. He ran into 2 county employees who are also plaintiffs. They asked if he planned to support county workers in these actions, and after first saying that he wasn't supposed to talk about the lawsuits, he began talking. He stated that that woman, meaning me, that said that county employees were winning and not losing was, and here he refers to me as the foulest name that I feel a woman can be called, and it begins with the letter C. I was stunned when I was told this had happened during working hours in this building and right outside council chambers. He went on to say to my coworkers that, quote, some woman judge had ruled against you and you're losing. To clarify, yes, she did rule against us, but that decision was overturned by the Court of Appeals. I want it known that even though I may not have agreed with her ruling, she isn't just some woman judge. She has a name, and it is the Honorable Dina Calabrese. To have an elected county official refer to any woman, much less a worker who is on some level his employee, by this obscene word is dumbfounding. It's deeply embarrassing for me to know that most people in this building are aware of this incident, and also saddening that no one in management has seen fit to address it. If I had said something equally foul, I would be subject to firing. To me, his behavior constitutes harassment, intimidation, misogyny, and the creation of a hostile work environment. So this is the new county, and I say, I am here right now. Say it to my face.
Okay, thank you very much.
Chris Knestrick.
Good evening, County Council. My name is Chris Nestrick. I'm the new director of NEOC. I was here last time introducing myself to you all. I wasn't planning on coming back today, but I wanted to come back and just kind of tell you all that there is a homeless crisis in Cleveland. There's no doubt. And we are particularly concerned that the provider that bid on to run the women's shelter, the YWCA, has stepped away from negotiation table for budgetary reasons, and has been expressed. And I would say that I don't know what's happening with the negotiations between around the RFP to run the women's shelter, but there's a problem and it's a crisis. And come January, we have no idea who's going to be running the women's shelter. There's women in need that need the best services that they can possibly get in this county, and that's not happening. And so I come today asking for an answer, what is happening between the Office of Homeless Services and these bids? And I come pleading that if we can find money for renovation of a Gund Arena, I'm sure we can find money to support the YWCA and to provide excellent, which I believe would be excellent trauma-centered care for the most vulnerable women in our society. And so, yeah, I'm just wondering what's happening. Why is this happening in our county, and what you all are doing about it? Thank you.
Thank you.
And the final speaker, Ms. Liu.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, we have so many people here for our environment. Somebody just mentioned the women's shelter. And this women's shelter, that building is old. It was made for offices. Just very recently, we have some nice volunteers come in to paint. However, putting a coat of fresh paint doesn't really solve the problem that the building is in very bad condition. Yes, the service providers, we still don't know who that will be because the procurement process is still, I will call that black box operation. In this case, the 911 call made for EMS to revive somebody from no pulse to with pulse because the air quality is bad, the food is still a big concern, the people have to suffer from sleep deprivation, food deprivation, all kinds of troubles. In that case, then we match the very strange case management. Now you wonder why homeless people are in the shelter, they cannot leave. It's not homeless people's job to have a perfect environment. But if a county already collected a tax, also people in the shelter, they are taxpayers too. They vote also. Would you please help? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Liu.
Mr. President, I made a mistake. I have one more speaker after Ms. Liu.
All right.
So I apologize. Paula Price?
Good evening, Council, County Executive, and all those in attendance. My name is Paula Price, and I spoke here, I think it was July 11, about our lawsuit with the county. I am an employee of Cuyahoga County. I feel that we are the core of the county, and we keep it running. I know we have our executive and all those others in the higher up positions. We see all the raises that are going through. I mean, you mentioned a lot of wonderful things that the county is doing, but it just baffles me as to why you can't pay us what is owed us. It would be different if we were just coming here saying, hey, we want some more money, we want a raise. This is money that we had, and Ed Fitzgerald took it away. Unfortunately, he's no longer here. But Mr. Budish, you are. I used to watch you on TV on Sundays, and I used to think, wow, he is such a great person, and all that you would do with the seniors and all of that. I'm a senior. I could use my money, and you are the only one that can correct this problem. And our law department seems to not think, I guess, that it's worth it or whatever. I know we got a 312-page document, and I'm sure that cost a lot for whoever that printed it out or took the time to even put it together, and probably could have paid one of us with that. But I would like to be paid, and I'm sure all of my colleagues would. We're good employees. And, or if you're not going to, give us a reason. There is no reason that you can't pay what is owed us. It was mine, and it was taken away. It wasn't like I never had it. I had it. You took it away, and I want it back. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it?
Yes, Mr. President.
All right. Well, there's no other business before the council. This meeting is adjourned.